always after washing the car. You usually have to dry up the inside on because I don't have this. I don't have the door list. Kind of a lot of the water sometimes get in the car through the door. So I'm just gonna, especially the floor, I want to get the water away from. I mean, there is like a good temperature in this space, but still, just in case I don't want nobody wants water inside the car for any reason. Right? Let's just try to get as much as we can, and then we should try to fix front fenders of the car today. So the plan is now to use this. This is for fenders. If you want to bend them outwards to make more room, kind of gonna use it just to make the flare of the fender kind of more nice than if I only use tools like this. Yes, it's gonna crack a bit more. It's the first time I'm using this type of tool, so let's see how it goes. Look at this. Actually, it looks really nice compared to what it did before. But this edge is really sharp though, since it's missing paint and such. I think I'm gonna try to hammer it a bit from the underside. Just to... because now there is kind of like an edge going in, like between here and here. So, and I think to make this edge kind of go outwards instead of inwards would be, I think I would like it a bit more. This side is not as bad as the other one. You see here it's only bent just a bit inward. Not bad at all, but it's been cracked. Not that that really matters, but let's bend this outward so it does not hurt or destroy the tires. I'm actually thinking if I should just leave the winter tires off the car now when I have removed them, or I think I'm gonna do that actually and put on the summer tires and the summer fenders, because I don't think it's gonna be any more like ice driving. Cost too much. It costs a lot because I have to travel so long distances because of the place I live in Norway. It's too close to the coast, so it doesn't get cold enough. It's very rare that it gets cold enough to be able to drive somewhere here, I think. But I'm gonna fix this fender, because if I have to put on the summer tires, I want to lower the car back down as it was. That's gonna take a bit of time. I know the measurements, but just doing it. So this is the result on the other side. I think you can see it's bending outwards, not inwards. And that's the main point. And this is also cracked up. This and here it cracked while I was rolling the fender. I'm not gonna do the same in the rear. It's no need. Also, one thing I thought I was gonna check while I'm since this is the first time I've used the car like proper, I'm gonna check the catch can. If there is there any oil in this or what? It's eBay, and it has like a valve on the underneath. So you just turn the valve and If there is oil in there, it should pour out. I don't think oil is supposed to be like this. A lot of condense in the catch tank. I can also see here the tire has been rubbing a lot. Same here and on the other side. So what I need to do is put some protection on these two spots and also on the other side. I guess it's maybe even worse on the other side. I didn't check, but that we'll have to do tomorrow. So another day. I don't know. I forget if I said this yesterday, but today we need to fix this. We need to paint it with something to protect it. And I have removed the wheels in the rear also. And I discovered, actually I heard this when I was driving on the ice. And it's that it's been scratching the tires when compressing. It's been touching the inner fender in the rear, mostly on this side because this side is the driver's side, but also on the other side. Should definitely protect this some way. I don't know exactly how I want to do it. I think I'm gonna try to message a guy I know which is a painter and ask him if he have any tips, because what I would do is I would just mask off above this. I don't care about this, but what I would do is just mask off what I don't want to paint and here, and then maybe try to remove this with is it got sanding down just a bit, and then take a primer like rust protection and then spray and paint it silver. But it's not this silver color is like custom made mixed. It's not like, I don't know the color code of this, because it's the guy I bought it from is the one who got this painted. And this silver is, I don't like silver cars, but this silver is actually really nice. And it's yeah, I don't know exactly what. So my point is that if I was gonna do this, it would look pretty horrible. Probably at some point I'm gonna make wide body of some kind. Maybe. I really like those Berg Cup wide body kits on these cars, and it's not too many of these cars with all-wheel drive and then the wide body kit. There is a few. So, but until then, I want to try to keep it, you know, I want to use the car. I mean, as far as I know, you only live one time, so I'm gonna use the car while I'm still here. I'm not gonna be too worried if I need to do it the way I described. Take a bit of this, the rust protection, and then this is silver, the same silver color I have used on the tunnel inside. I guess the camera doesn't pick up really, because like this is the color of the car and this is of the paint. So you see, this is more matte. It's not as glossy, but it's not like too bad of a difference. Probably on camera it looks better than in real life. Anyway, in the front, inside the fenders in the front, nobody's really gonna watch it. So there I'm gonna use this. So this is the quality. I've done the same on the other side. Now we just have to wait a bit, and I will message this painter guy about the rear. This is far from the nicest way to finish this car. But thing is, I spent so long time at this point about 4.5 years, you know, from when I could drive this car in the previous version with the VR6 and front wheel drive till now. It's 4.5 years, and to get kind of a, you know, like a show car finished on this car will never happen, because it's gonna take too much time. I mean, if I had a budget for someone else to do it, carpenter to do the job, then you know, I could just deliver it and pick it up in a few months or so. But I'm doing most of the stuff myself, so I want to drive the car. Fuel cell breather, yeah, that's right. So I also discovered, actually this was after driving on the ice, that this part of the car had snow, and it was it was dirty. That tells me that there is fuel, sometimes, not a lot necessarily, but a bit of fuel coming out of the breather hose, because I have the breather hose like in this part of the car. So this is the return line, and this is the breather hose, and it goes down into the pocket of the car, and it's use some zip ties to hold it down. And I have this fitting on the end, which is with a ball inside. So I guess when this is pointing upwards, the ball falls down and kind of stops whatever it is inside from leaking out. So that was my reasoning for leaving it down here. If I ever roll upside down, the fuel would not just leak out, and this breather would stay the car is upside down, so the breather would be the highest point of the fuel cell system. I'm gonna move it up above the fuel cell, because as I said, Eric, his 90 Quattro, which actually starting to take shape, he had the same problem. He had the breather going over the fuel cell and then down under with the same fitting in the end. And he also started to leak fuel at the drag strip this summer. And I guess I forgot to do this, because me and him talked about this while this was happening, or right after or something. I remember now that I thought that, okay, I should also do this. Move the breather hose. Let's do this also. That's where it's been, and this is the thing it has with the ball inside. This is where I put it for now. If any of you know where this should be, if it should be above the fuel cell but pointing down or pointing up or whatever, maybe it should be pointing down. I don't know. I would appreciate if you send me a message somewhere. But for now, that's where it's going to be. Let's start to look at what I think will be the biggest fix. That's the front lip. So when I hit the curb, the lip is pretty much straight down, or should be more like this. It's like this. So this is what we have to fix, because the look of it when it's straight down is not very good. Should have this angle. From what I can looks like for me is that this going from here and across got really bent, especially in the corner here, and it looks like the same on the opposite side. Yeah, I loosened this up just a bit before I picked up the camera, so it was tightened down, kind of like this. Yeah, I think the edges are the thing which are making the lip goes more like straight down than at an actually angle. Could it be actually all I need to do is, because now I was loosening up this mount, the bolt, and the bolt in the middle, I think either it never was really on the car, on the lip, like all of these usually breaks at some point. At least now it's not in any use, kind of. I get the other one, because now the angle of this is better. I think I would need to push down the metal plate on this side and do the same on the other side. Looks like this may be enough, actually. The dent on this side is much worse than it was on the other side. And I can even see crack in the paint right here because of the dent. And even one small like chip. Actually, it's quite big. It's quite deep. So using this bar, put a bit of tension on each side. Hopefully this will, like the lip on this half looks okay. But this one, I will try to loosen the bolts and see if that will help, the same as it did with this half. Here also put a bit of tension to try to push, because the dent here, it was much worse than on the other side. We're gonna try to make it a bit better. Use the hammer to try to, yeah, bend the steel back. So this is the situation. I think I kind of found out what I need to do. I don't think I need to push this kind of the whole plate even further forward. But you see where the bolts are mounted to, these two especially, they are supposed to follow the body line. But since they got pushed in when I hit the snow, they have become kind of pointing downwards instead of at an angle like this one. So this is what I need to fix. I think the solution has something to do with this. Kind of try to hammer it, or not hammer it, but you know, massage it into place. The Jeremy Clarkson way. I have another hammer which is rubber, and I'm gonna try with that one first, and then also, while I remember it, this stuff where the tire has been rubbing quite a bit. My friend, my painter guy, said it would be difficult to make it look pretty. Maybe he misunderstood me. Like this, for me, like I said, this is a beater car for me, kind of. I really like the paint, and I don't want to scratch it like unnecessarily, but also I want to use it, because this is never going to be a show car for me. It's going to be more like, you know, every race car is a show car, but now not every show car is a race car type of stuff. At the moment, I don't know what to do here. Maybe I will find some product to, you know, kind of put on in order to not make it worse. And probably I already said it, I forgot. It's been a few hours in the workshop today between these clips. At some point I want to go wide body, like Berg Cup type of stuff. And when that's gonna happen, I need to cut away this part anyway. I'm not too worried about it. So this is gonna be the end for today. It's getting late and I need to go to work tomorrow. So the front lip will have to wait until another day. Okay, till next time, thanks for watching.